Okay, guys, we're trying something fun and new today. Our Everything Money community is always wondering what's behind the curtain between myself, Paul, and Mo. We are asking each other questions that have been submitted by our community, most likely uncomfortable ones. And if we refuse to answer them, we are donating $100 per question to the charity of our choice. Check this out. So I'm going to be asking the boys some uncomfortable questions, and they're going to be doing the same to me. Let's get after it. Okay, Paul, here we go. This is submitted by Nick G in our community.
I don't think you should tell me who submits these questions because then I might go troll them later.
Is Paul really that good with math? Here's a serious question. What is 16% of 835 million? You have 20 seconds.
16% of 835 million, 83.5, and then 648, 50, 145, no, 83.5 and 50, 130.
Oh, I was reading.
$133.5 million, 134 million, something like that.
133.6 million.
Oh, that was close. And I stuttered a couple of times there too.
You are that good at math, though.
He's a quant.
Well, the funny thing is, I was actually losing when you said something. I was like, oh fuck, I got it wrong. I thought that's what you're saying for.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
So you want to hear a story about that one?
Go ahead, Mo.
We were in Peter Millar.
That was actually slow.
We were in Peter Millar the other day, and we're walking around, and this jacket was $185, and I said. The guy was like, it's 30% off. I go, where's my quant? And he's over there. I'm like, Paul, what's 30% off of 185? And he goes, $55. I'll take it.
Mo, were you nervous the first time you were on a video with Everything Money?
Probably.
Yeah, when he first started, Paul, I'll be honest. I was like, you're getting Mo on the show? This guy doesn't even talk at all. We'll go to lunch. He doesn't say a word.
I was more nervous doing a live than a recording.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because, whatever comes out, it's out there. Recording can be edited.
Oh, live to me is much easier. Okay.
Go ahead, Paul. Oh, my God.
This is from Alin.
Go on.
Which Magic the Gathering card do you secretly have a crush on?
Oh, my gosh. I mean, wow. This is so nerdy. You know, I'm recently selling off some Magic to fund other opportunities in this world. But I still love that Black Lotus, that beautiful flower.
But you have a Black Lotus.
I do. I have multiple ones. But
but he's still crushing.
I'm doing okay. I still have, but...
So I was looking up near-death experience yesterday, and there's a Magic card called the near-death experience.
Yes, there are some very sexy Magic cards. I mean, the community is a bunch of chubby nerds, and so they're trying to...
That's not true. You and Jameson are the ones I know play it.
Shout out to Jameson, Fulgate Games in Akron. Yeah, but they definitely have some bikini-clad women on some cards that are gorgeous.
They're cartoons.
Makes you want to buy them.
Next question. Paul, would you like to be on the board of a big company, let's say Tesla, Vladimir's?
Absolutely not.
Why is that?
What's the point of being on a board? Like, to me, it's just an ego. Like, oh, look at me, I'm on a board of something.
An ego thing to collect a check.
That's it. I'd want to be on the board of a company that would literally I'd be able to influence to help make them better. And a major company is not going to need me. Now, maybe at capital allocation, but I don't need to be on a board for that. I think boards are a lot of like, oh, look at me, I'm on the board of this. Because everybody, I'm on the board of this. And it's stupid.
Mo, and this may be for both of you. How much debt do each of you have? This is from Chris.
Oh.
My house.
That's it?
Yeah.
Not the 4 cars you own?
No.
Come on.
Cars, everything's cash. The only thing is my house. And my house I just recently took out 2020, June of 2021.
And so, folks at home, Mo's house is Paul's old house.
Cars.
What about you, Paul? How much debt do you have out?
Including my businesses?
Oh, gosh.
Because I have real estate has tons of debt.
Yes.
And I share this debt with my brother.
Uh-huh.
So let's see. It's probably around $40 or $50 million.
Oh, okay.
I mean, because we got real estate.
So I see. I wasn't expecting that number.
What do you mean? We have a lot of real estate.
Yeah, but that sounds like a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. I once remember when I like 4 or 5 years in the business, I told my mother I had $20 million in debt. And she literally fainted. She's like, oh my God, how are you going to do that? I can't. But she was worried for me. Like, how can you live like that? I'm like, pretty easy. Just pay the mortgage.
Give me my question.
Uncle Seth, how hard is it for you to play the idiot in the room with a PhD in chemistry?
Well, it's extremely easy. You know that, Paul. Folks, my PhD in chemistry was just really me following the crowd and thinking that was going to lead me to a lot of money. Like I was drawn.
You did this to make a lot of money?
I thought, so I was basically a failed pre-med student.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
I didn't either.
Well.
You weren't able to make it as a doctor?
What happened?
You ready for this? Paul, you're going to love this. My advisor at the College of Worcester, who happened to be an English professor, told me that I couldn't cut it in med school when I got a B when I got a B in a class.
That's entirely untrue.
I had all A's and a B.
Mo got a fucking F in like typing, and he still made it to med school.
He guided me away from med school. So I don't think this is for you. And I listened to him. I was 18, one of the first in my family to go to college. So I just listened to him. And so I stuck with the chemistry route, got a PhD, and here I am.
Thank him, because if he became a doctor, he probably wouldn't be doing this today.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Probably be miserable.
Paul, how many employees have you fired by Petruff is asking? How many employees have you fired?
Me personally?
Yes.
Not many. 5?
Are your firings dramatic?
I only dramatically fired one person. And it was a complete FU firing, throw the chair at them kind of thing.
And how many people have worked for you your whole life?
Oh, hundreds and hundreds. Remember, I don't do the firing and hiring in the company.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me to fire somebody, I'm a big believer in whoever hires the person should fire them. Early on, I remember the first time I fired somebody, though, it was like 1 month into my business. I bought an apartment building, and there was a woman who did the cleaning there. And literally, I bought the apartment building, and the next day, she gets sick. So she calls me up and says, Paul, I'm sick. I have a friend of mine. She'll cover for me. Sounds good. And I'm 23 years old. Everybody could bully me around. Oh, it was terrible. The new friend comes to my office. Hey, I'm blah, blah, blah's friend. I'm here to work. I said, great. Go get started. Yada, yada, yada. Next day, the original lady dies.
Oh my God.
It was some fluke illness. She dies. So the other lady is like, hey, so do I get the job permanently? I'm like, you're permanently hired. So fast forward, 2 days later, I'm walking the buildings. I walk in the lobby and she's talking to somebody, just BSing about the woman who died because they were friends. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll let it slide. 20, 30 minutes later pass. I come back through the building. She's still there talking to the person.
Uh-oh.
Next couple of days, same things over. Finally, and I'm sweating bullets when I realized I have to fire this person. Literally sweating bullets.
This lady's not even in the ground and you're ready to fire her friend?
Yes. So I go, hey, you need to come to the office. So she comes to the office and she sits across from me. And I'm like, and I'm not looking at her.
Oh, Paul.
I'm like, yeah, I don't think that we're the right fit for you. And I'm stuttering. I'm doing everything. And she just looks at me like this. So what's my mortgage? Can I pay my mortgage? And I'm like, well, that's really not, up to me. It's up to you. And all that stuff. I was just so scared. I was sitting in the Shaker office and I was so scared. And she was just like, all right, got up and left.
We have a lot of people in our community who are trying to figure out the words to fire their financial advisor, and they can't do it. Literally,
it's hard. Listen, firing anybody is hard. I don't care what anybody says. Firing people is hard.
The fear of doing that is keeping their money with them and getting poor returns. I told them, so tell me this. I've told them, let me write the email.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'll just write the email for you.
We should create an Everything Money automatic
email
template that just says, put your financial advisor's email address in here, and it'll just automatically send them this like, hey, I appreciate everything you've done, but I've decided to take more control over my finances. I want to do other things. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Yourself. Okay, here's a question for you, Seth.
All right, go ahead.
And by the software.
Oh, it's Mo. It's go to Mo now.
So. Mo, if you had to kill one of Paul's dogs, which one would it be and why? NTR Hockey.
And why?
And why? Which one, Mo?
Oh, tread lightly, Mo. Oh, this is
so mean. Well, I don't want to pay $100 because of this, so I'm going to pick one. Definitely not Howard, and I'm still going to count that as your dog.
I know who he's picking.
I love Lucy. Oliver's great.
I knew
Sophie.
It's Sophie.
And it's Sophie because she bites everybody.
Is that on camera? I knew he was going to say Sophie. And tonight when I tell Lisa the story, she'll be like, oh, that's sad.
She'll be like, why wasn't it Howard?
Nothing's happened. Go on.
God,
that's sad. All right, go ahead, Paul.
Poor Sophie.
I'll go Seth. Oh, because this came from Vikes 1. And because Seth and Paul went to high school together, each has to tell an embarrassing story about each other during high school. It must be juicy. We weren't friends in high school.
No.
We were not friends in high school. So I think I probably talked to Seth in high school twice ever.
Was it like hi?
Or not even then. It probably, and honestly, there's probably a time that Seth probably laughed at me about something. And I'm not saying it to be a jerk. It's just like Seth and I are good friends now, but in high school we were not friends.
What about the most embarrassing thing that happened to you in high school?
I got this one. Do you know this one?
Well, let me think of mine while Paul, go give me yours. What's the most embarrassing?
No, it says about each other.
What's the most embarrassing thing that happened?
Freshman year, Mr. Thomas's health class.
Go on.
If you remember Maybe you were in that class with me.
I wouldn't remember, but go on.
You might have been in that class.
I had them.
Full. And there were smokes in that class. I don't want to mention names right now, but like every smoke from our class was in that class. And I'm a nerd.
Yes.
I'm sitting far left, like third or fourth seat. So one day, Mr. Thomas asked us to go to like, by the way, keep in mind that I brought the story up to Lisa and she like weeps for me about this. And we saw Mr. Thomas once when we were going to look at Mikey's wedding venue. And I was like, oh, Mr. Thomas. He goes, oh, hi. I'm like, I always tell people about you. Anyways, I get up to go to the front and my pant leg was pulled up a little bit. And in front of everyone, he says, hey, Paul, are your shoes having a party and your pants weren't invited? And I just like put my head down, circled the thing I had to circle, went back to my seat and sat down. Everyone's laughing. And yeah, that was that. That was pretty embarrassing.
So mine early on was trying to speak to beautiful women when I hadn't done so. And of course,
Just do what I did. I just didn't talk to them.
even to this day, when you make a joke and it doesn't hit the correct ears in the correct way, it can be quite embarrassing.
But yeah, go ahead.
So at some point, I think I was trying to attract a certain female. And one of the questions I asked
Was it the one you told me about before that you actually had to crash on?
No, I don't think so. But I was really loving this girl. And I somewhat asked her in a phone chat. We got down to this. And I
you got in a phone call with her?
Yeah, I was going to say very.
Oh, my gosh.
And it didn't last long because I asked her, why do you wear clothes like you're in Amish?
Smooth.
That's a great way to pick up women.
so
I'm
smooth.
trying to think of who that was.
I'll let you know afterwards.
You got to text me about this
She's
one.
still a smoke show for sure. All right.
You think so?
Next question.
Oh, please tell me who it is right now.
Right now.
Text me or write it down.
Okay. Well, again, we have different.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, no, she's beautiful.
Oh yeah, I love.
But I'm just wondering, like, I don't think she's just like an Amish person. Did she?
Freshman year, yes.
Did she?
Very much so. Okay. Paul, you asked for this, okay?
Wait a second. How did you even get the balls to call her? How'd you get her number?
Oh, well,
We had the directory.
we were math buddies, or we were buddies. Hey, let's do
Studying
homework
together.
together. Let's get it together.
I see.
Yes.
Very cute girl. She's a doctor now.
Very good
nice.
pickup
Did I
line.
give that away?
No. Okay, this is from Elad. You asked for this, Paul. If you made your money on real estate, why are you trying to teach us on the stock market where we don't have a record or proven record for good returns? And why don't you teach us on the money you made instead keep telling us he has a lot of it?
So
I love the channel, by the way.
I didn't make my first initial. It's funny. Whenever I used to talk about real estate, people are like, I thought you were a stock person. Whenever I talk about stock, people are like, I thought you were a real estate person. I'm an investor. Initially, I learned from investing on stocks. Then I not even switched. I added real estate to that.
This is one of the first sentences when you and I reconnected. I said, what do you do? And you said, I'm an investor. And I
Yeah.
said something to the effect of, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah. So I remember,
But
investing is a mindset.
Okay.
It's not about if you have the right investing mindset, you can invest in anything.
Mm-hmm.
When people say like, "Oh, I'm a stock investor," it's like, "Oh, okay, I'm a capital allocator." That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately on YouTube, folks, you just have to protrude how much money you have for people to believe you, because the time frame that people give us is about 10 seconds. And so if we have to let you know these two guys have been fairly successful. And I've had a good track record for being a normal guy, I think, in the past 2
I agree.
years. So, all right, Paul, what do you got for me? Oh, wait, this is Mo now?
Yeah.
Mo, you have to leave your investment portfolio in the hands of either Meet Kevin, Jeremy from Financial, or Stock Mo.
Oh, Jesus
Which one
Christ.
do you choose? This is from our favorite Tommy Options. Tommy, I love
Don't
you.
do some sarcastic response of like, "I'll burn it," because that's what I would say.
Meet Kevin,
You have to pick
Jeremy,
one.
or Stock Mo. Who is managing your portfolio
great question.
moving forward?
Okay. I'll say who it is, and then I have a follow-up.
Go on.
Okay.
I am going to no, I shouldn't say the follow-up. Meet Kevin.
Meet Kevin.
Wow. Why Meet Kevin? By the way, I thought you were going to pick Meet Kevin.
Honestly, what does it matter? First of all, Stock Mo is just he's gonna just crash it. I mean, I was looking one time the guy was looking at the forward earnings, saying that it was present day earnings, so he doesn't know what day it is. Jeremy from Financial. No, Meet Kevin.
Meet Kevin.
At least Meet Kevin is going to take the money and maybe run for governor and do something with it.
Productive.
Yeah.
All right, Sethi.
Let's go.
If you never met me,
Oh, God.
this is from Skull Barbell. If you never met me, would you at any point potentially join Jeremy's courses to help guide you on your journey?
Absolutely.
For real?
As this show started warming up, I totally watched Graham Stephan. He was the prophet of investing.
Come on,
I
profit.
saw Jeremy as well.
You
and
did.
Stock Mo.
Oh,
They're
wow, I
so
didn't know that.
inviting. They sound so. Why when they say Neo's going to go to 600?
Why not?
That sounds phenomenal.
Yeah,
Let's
why not?
do it.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
So yes, I would have absolutely joined those programs and probably lost money. Good question. Paul, how much did you pay? Oh, this is easy. This is C2 Eagle. How much did you pay for your Mexican vacation homes?
Homes.
Which one?
I was
Sorry.
going to be the cocky one. Like, which one? Well, I'm invested $900 in the first one, $1.3 million in the second one. Now I paid $615 and $875, but I put money into them with renovations and furniture and all that stuff.
Mo, this is from T-Spike. What is your worst loss on a single stock because you missed something in your analysis, and what did you miss?
Probably USO during 2020. I bought the futures for oil, and I really didn't understand what the futures were.
You loaded in a USO?
Yeah. I mean, I think. Remember, we put it in there. Was it 2 years ago? We put it in there when oil went to zero. Yeah, it was like a $75,000 loss in a matter of a week.
Yeah, it was pretty fast.
So I was like, okay,
and
I
we
don't
kept it, it would have
understand
tripled.
this. Yeah, if we would have kept it, it would have tripled. But it is what it is.
I thought you were going to talk about. I thought you were going to talk about that big trading loss you had.
That was 27,000. That was in about 12 minutes too.
Oh, okay,
that's pretty good.
Paul,
I've lost 100% of my money.
You got one for me,
Seth. Is there anything you don't agree with Paul on in investing?
Interesting.
It is an interesting question.
We've had arguments in the past when I was.
I don't think we have arguments. The only thing we argue about is other things. We don't argue about investing.
No. Yeah. You know, you talk about not having a rainy day fund.
You like the rainy day fund.
But then you've sort of prefaced, like, I have all my money in good places, so I have a little bit of rainy day fund, so when the market falls, I might be more ready. You know, like...
well, the rainy day fund is more for, like, do I lose my job? Do I go to the hospital? And can I still pay my bills?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know.
But so, do I disagree with you on a lot of things?
On anything?
Maybe a little bit of that at times. I think for some people...
And I always say that's a personal choice a lot of times, but don't deny
you're very
it.
adamant.
I need you to realize it will cost you. Unless the worst thing happens. Then you're going to be happy you did it.
Yes.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Paul, how do you have 8 or 9 businesses? Are you ashamed of the 9th business? This is from Big Turkey. What is the one that crisscrosses?
What happened
that you're not in love with as much?
I think it just started as a joke when one day I was like, I don't have like 8 or 9 businesses. And then everybody's like, well, is it 8 or 9? And it just started building on itself. And it's funny because we'll get comments from people saying, hey, pal, is it 8 or is it 9? And
Right.
it's
How
like,
do they not know?
Okay, it's part of the joke. And I want to do it till the day I die.
Is it 8 or is it now 9?
I honestly don't know.
I don't
Is it
know.
9? Did we
It's
count it?
9.
Well, I thought it was actually 10, to be honest.
So Tim's confirming it's a 9.
Tim is
9.
confirming it's a 9.
Okay.
Mo, I've always wondered why Mo doesn't have kids yet.
I don't want kids.
Gio will be an adult before they get started. This is from Jono. You don't want kids?
No, I've never wanted kids. So here, you've had when you were younger.
Yes.
Did it ever cross your mind, say in your head, and you were like, I want to have kids one day?
Well, my father loved me, so I mean, we might be coming from. No, I'm just joking.
Wrong parent. His father loves him. My father doesn't
Got
love
it.
me.
Did it ever cross your mind in high school,
Yes,
college?
I wanted kids until I was 30.
Yeah, it really
Tim,
did.
did it for you?
Yeah, like I wanted
ever
a family.
okay.
Like, family structure was pretty
That has
important. to me.
literally never crossed my mind.
Oh, wow.
Aren't you lonely?
Ever. No. Ever.
He's got Teddy now. He's got
Nothing
Tito.
and that's how I know, because people do ask me that question a lot. That's how I know that I don't want kids. It's like the thought of it is actually agonizing to me.
Oh, Lord.
And by the way, the thought of it now is agonizing to me, but before it wasn't.
And I'm not saying I like kids. Like I like hanging out with children, but after an hour, I'm done.
Yes.
I'm good.
Go ahead, Paul. You're smiling.
So I'm excited about this question because I don't know the answer to this question,
Okay.
but I would bet that there's probably an answer here.
Go on.
Have you ever been arrested, and what'd you do to get in cuffs?
Absolutely not.
Never?
Oh.
Not even close.
I've never been arrested, but I'm like, Seth has probably been arrested at some
even
point.
Yeah, he kind of has
Really?
that rugged.
Well, you
have that
hung out
rugged
with
look.
some you
Something like
you
that.
hung out with some shady
Nothing. I'm
Tim just said
talking
underage
like
drinking.
two parking tickets that I'm ashamed of,
Man.
and maybe 3 speeding tickets.
Okay.
Come on, that's no fun.
This
I
guy's
know.
been pulled over like 400 times in the last week.
You go fast.
I do, but I've been pulled over a lot in my life. Probably 85
I've
or
never
100
been
times,
even
150
near
times.
a fight.
And he argues with the cops every time.
Oh,
No, that's not true. That's not true. I argue with the cops
When you're
about
wrong.
25% of the
I mean,
time.
when you're wrong, you're good.
Oh, he was with me once I got pulled over.
You
but-
haven't been arrested, right?
No, I've never been arrested.
What about old Mosif over there?
Oh no.
yeah, no. You thought I'd been arrested?
You've hung out with some pretty sketch characters from high school.
Yes.
So the idea of like you being arrested is not far-fetched.
Right. Interesting. Man, what is the most cringe thing Paul has ever done? The worst thing you've ever done? This is from EM Turtle Trader.
Oh,
my
I don't
God.
want to say. Oh.
What is it? You can donate money to.
Really?
What's your charity of choice?
The
Innocence Project?
Innocence Project.
You can't answer that one?
You know,
$100.
the funny part is it's not like anything. You'd probably be like, really? You paid $100 for that?
It's too embarrassing.
It's just, you know what it is? It's the time of my life that I just want to move. Like, it was from high school and college
You're
days.
just ashamed of yourself.
Not ashamed. It's just, it involved a female and rejection. So I just don't even want to like go.
All right,
it's
I'll
like,
give Mo a softball.
you know, it's easy when I have this woman that I'm dating, I'm
Yes,
engaged to now, and she's so beautiful and stuff. But this was not in my potential wheelhouse 20 years ago. So it's very embarrassing.
This one's much easier. Mo, what age were you first sexually active? This is from Spanky.
You're not going to say?
No.
Oh, wow. That's a good
It's
number
just
then.
a number.
Nope.
Oh, wait. Or it's a bad number, Mo or Paul. Give me my question because these are getting a
So
little
the funny thing
spicier.
is, when we get off air, I will tell you the most cringeworthy thing I've ever done, but I want to know yours.
Oh, it's fine. It's just my mom's watching this.
So what?
Out. $100.
Go ahead, Paul.
All right.
Oh, God.
Peaberry Investing just wants to know your first kiss story.
Oh, my God.
Do you remember your first kiss?
I do.
Good.
It was in 6th grade.
6th grade. Nice. I was in 6th grade too.
I was in love with this girl.
You always say in love. You were not in love.
I was always in love with all of them, Paul. And for some reason, we like hung out. Our parents thought, hey, let's let these two hang out like sort of a, what is this, like a, they call it now like a play date, right? But you're just kind of hanging out. And when she was leaving, the parents came and pick her up. And I just like, there it was in the doorway. I remember it vividly. Just a little, see you later, lean in for a little smooch. And I felt like $1,000,000.
In front of the parents?
No.
Oh,
I was
that
like,
was a
that's
baller
ballsy.
move.
Check this out, Ted. Let me lay one on your daughter.
Was his name Ted?
No, I just made that up. But yeah, that was 6th grade. Boy, these are embarrassing, Tim. Yeah, that was it. That was it. Okay, Paul. Did the guy chop off his finger for the 30K
No,
bet?
he backed out. That loser backed out.
And what kind of human dares someone to do this for this amusement? This is from Joel.
So
Joel, it's
Talk about your bets and what are the most ridiculous
better
ones?
one.
Go on. What's the most ridiculous bet you've?
so this all started
Oh God, no! We actually don't talk about some of those you've queued up that are very.
the Yankees
the
game.
Yankees
Yes.
game is the best.
I
one.
gotta talk about the Yankees
You
game.
have to.
So, guys, this is an exercise in
What is it?
value investing. I would never do that. $1 billion. Well, of course I would. I would never own that company. $1. Well, of course I would. That's the whole idea behind this.
Okay.
It started with me somehow coming up with this idea of how much to go to Yankee Stadium,
Oh God.
sit first row,
You'd buy the tickets.
buy the tickets, everything. I'll give you a hoodie. I'll give you security and everything. Right behind the dugout, first row. You take off your hoodie. You're wearing a turban, a beard, and a Yankees jersey with the name Bin Laden on the back, and the number is 911.
Oh my God.
So that was the idea, like how much to do that.
You have security.
You have security. You're probably not going to die.
And you can say this because
You're not
going to
make it through an inning.
I can say it just because I want to say it.
Okay.
Whether people hate me or not is fine by me. So it's not about,
The shock value.
well, shock value is one thing, but
Yes.
two, it's like, it's just to get people prepared to say, I would never do that. All right, your kid's life is on the line. Well, of course I do that. That's my point. There's always a price,
You love
whether it's
extremes.
financial
Yes,
or
you love
anything.
extremes.
Well, the reason I like the extremes is it tells me there's something in the middle. And that's what makes me work for value investing.
So
value
you want,
investing.
You want someone else to name this price? I mean, what are you currently offering to do this task?
So, nobody's giving me a reasonable number.
I see. They
But
want,
the
like,
chop the
millions.
finger off was one of our mutual friends, Connor,
Yes.
said he'd do it for 30 grand.
And this guy's a nut job to begin with.
Yes.
so-
And he didn't think I'd call him. I go, deal, let's do it. And he was like, what? I'm like, let's go. I'm like, let's get the papers ready.
Oh, so he queued it up first.
No, I queued it up. And then he said, yeah, I'll do it for 30 grand. And I go, all right, let's do it. And then he backed out of it. And I 100% was going to give him the 30 grand.
Fatty Maddie's asking you, Mo.
Okay.
This is an F, Marry, kill.
Oh, okay.
Hillary Clinton, Elizabeth Warren, Nancy Pelosi. So who's the best looking out of all those?
Kill Hillary.
100%.
Marry Nancy. And
She's got money.
yeah, and bang Elizabeth.
Wow.
Elizabeth who?
Warren.
Elizabeth Warren.
Pocahontas.
I'm
Go
trying
ahead.
to think if I'd rather bang. So I'm actually going to veto this one because F, marry, kill 3 guys is not like, it's not a real, like, it's not, you can't go like, it's just whoever's going to be the funny. Like to me, no offense, but like that one was a good one because
Go
it's
on.
like, okay, they're 3 women. Like I'm going to,
possible. It's
like
possible.
all 3, like which one are we going to do? I'm trying to think if it's, for me, if it's Nancy Pelosi to bang or marry Nancy Pelosi.
Assuming
So
she's into both
here's
of
the
you.
thing. I also looked at it as the money thing, but I also looked at it as Nancy Pelosi,
She has huge cans.
and she doesn't like outside of running her mouth on television, she doesn't talk very much. I have to think that Elizabeth Warren at home is non-stop.
Okay, Paul, here we go.
What's your favorite sex toy from experience? Gianni asked that question.
The hell?
My current charity is Akron Food Bank. And I'll be sending them a check today to not discuss this, Gianni. You know I love you to death. There's 100 for me. Are you ready, Paul?
Mm-hmm.
This is from Jonathan. Has Paul had any other serious girlfriends besides his current fiance? Why does he want to marry his fiance over the other thousands of women who could probably be very interested in him due to his position in the world?
So you'd ask that question for any of the women that I decided to spend the rest of my life with, right? You guys
This is going to get cheesy?
no, college, I dated a girl for 6 months, and ever since college to now, it was 4 dates at most. 1 year I went on like 53 first dates. Listen, I'm
What are you? Difficult?
well, I am difficult.
Needy?
But it wasn't about that. Like the vast majority of the time, it was me saying, I don't think it's gonna work out for me. I don't mean it to be like, oh, look at me. I just mean it as like, I feel like I know what I want, and I like being alone. That's another big factor.
Yes.
I very much like being by myself. It's very relieving for me to be, and that's what Lisa gets. So Lisa's also older, so she's already done all the BS.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't want to marry somebody. I didn't want to, like, it just worked out for, and this is not why I'm marrying her. I'm marrying her because I adore her and we get along great and we have like really a great relationship. But
You didn't want to go through the relationship BS of...
no, I did like that. That's the thing that we talk about. Like we kind of, I don't want to go through the whole, like, for one thing, I don't want kids anymore. I feel like I'm too old to have kids.
You look at, yeah.
No, in the sense of like, that's a lot of work. Lisa is just, we are just like literally, we're just like literally like best friends. The whole cliche of best friends. Like there's no, yeah, we're just best friends. This is going to be, this is a good one.
Mo, your question is a little easier. The shortest amount of time you've lasted in bed. Go ahead, Mo.
I have no idea.
My mom's watching this. Pay up. Pay up.
No, I won't pay. I mean, I don't know.
Ballpark it.
Shortest amount of time.
Minute or two?
Nice.
Couple pumps.
Couple pump and dump?
Jordan Belfort.
Pump and dump?
Pump and dump. What are you dumping?
Look at Timo.
I have to brains out for, what did he
steamer.
say? 13 seconds.
Is that what he
Yeah,
said?
in the
movie?
Jordan Belfort.
That house
Yeah.
is for sale. See it?
Was there ever a situation that got weird, as Mo would call it, at the vacation home between couples?
Well, I could only wish. Multiple times in my life, people have asked if my wife and I are upside down pineapple swingers.
So I just learned about the upside down pineapple thing like in the last year.
Because we both kind of enter a room and we're like, we're here. Let's go. I love you. I'll talk
you
to
look
you.
like a swinger, let's be honest.
I guess so. Got the tattoos everywhere. But the answer is sadly no. And of course, most of these swingings, I think they...
Why do you say sadly?
That's a joke. I do know in real life they really ruin relationships when you mess
Well, they
around with this kind of
can.
stuff. Yeah, they can. And so no, but the answer is no. And but we're great. We have plenty of fun. We're wonderful. We're wonderful people. You know this, Paul. Okay, this is from I Am Scott. Paul, F, marry, kill. Your fiance,
No.
Mo's girlfriend,
No.
or Beth.
No.
I love it.
No.
I
No.
love it.
No.
You can donate to charity and avoid this.
Part of me doesn't want to donate to charity.
I guess the
But
real
then part of
question
me
is,
goes like, so here's the deal with this question.
who are you killing, Mo's girlfriend or mine?
Yeah, that's the thing. So the hardest one's the kill.
The kill.
Yes.
The kill is the hardest one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how do you cover it up?
So here's the
How do you break it to us?
Here's the catch 22-ish that I'm in. What answer makes Lisa happy?
Should you text her? Besides a donation to the Innocence
You know,
Project.
the funny part is I don't want to give the donation because it's an easy question, but it's not an easy question. It's like not an uncomfortable question. It's just a tricky question. Is this being asked of Mo too?
No.
No, it's just you.
Marry my fiance.
Very nice of you.
This is great.
Who do you like? Who's sexier?
It's
This is
$100.
great.
It's $100. $100 donation.
Because the $100 donation is because I literally don't like. No.
Yes. F, marry, kill. Your girlfriend, my wife,
Same.
or Paul's fiance. Yes, go ahead.
I feel like I need to answer this.
Oh God. Oh God. Poor Lisa.
Well, he's not married to her, so
I
he
think
doesn't have to choose Mary for his girl.
I don't know. Man, this is a hard one.
That's what I mean. It's hard. Yeah.
Donation time?
Because I'm leaning towards
Go on.
marry Lisa.
I thought you were gonna say marry Lisa.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards that. Now, who do I kill? Do I kill Nicole?
Your girlfriend?
Yeah, or do I
But
kill Beth?
you don't know Beth very well.
I don't know
Yeah.
Beth very well. That's
Yeah.
that's what that's where my escape goes to. But I don't
Yeah.
want to kill Beth. I already killed Sophie.
Yeah. Paul, your dog.
So Seth,
He's gonna answer
Mary
this.
F. Kill Lisa, Beth, and Nicole.
Oh my gosh. Well, this isn't as hard for me because I just haven't. I've known Lisa a long time. Yeah. So wait a second. Now that I think about it, let me think about this.
Oh God.
I mean, Lisa would be a great wife.
I mean, I get it. That's why I'm marrying her.
And my wife would probably be happier if I said I wanted to have sex with her more than marry her.
Really?
Because, she's working on that bod. So that's probably what it is. Unfortunately, I would be killing Nicole.
She gone.
But I think
She
Nicole's
dead to
getting
me.
killed from default because Nicole's a wonderful person.
I'm
That's
marrying
the hard
Lisa.
part,
Even
guys.
I was gonna try to kill Nicole.
It's his girlfriend.
I'm marrying Lisa
So marrying
for that
Lisa,
stability.
effing your wife,
Yes.
and killing Nicole, who is Mo's girlfriend.
500?
I gave 200.
I gave 200.
I was more open. That is a take. We've never done anything like this, but definitely fun. I'm a little sweaty, Paul. I'm a little
Sweaty, really?
I'm a little hot under the
Sweaty?
collar.
I was when we were thinking about doing this, I was I don't know if I was hoping for. I guess a lot of questions came in that were like business questions.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, these questions weren't like very uncomfortable, but there's the whole point is that we just want to. We think about these things. I do this stuff all the time. Like
Yes.
I'll ask questions like to Lisa. All right, so which kid are you gonna let?
Oh no, the folks don't know, Paul. The three of us go on vacation to Mexico and we don't talk a single word about stocks or business at all.
No,
It's all
We just
it's
sit
all
around
nonsense.
and all nonsense, grab ass and bullshit.
Yeah.
So
and these are kind of things we talk about, which is a lot of fun. So it is. what it is.
That's our take
Do we
for
have
it.
any questions for each other though?
People ask me a ton of questions about you, and I have to sort of make sure I censor myself because you are a different individual, both financially, in terms of how much you have, the businesses. People want to know more about you than me. I'm pretty sure. How did he do it? What's he hiding? What are you
Seriously?
hiding? Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, probably. But I'm very open about the fact that I started with money, and I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
Boy, see, I want to ask like uncomfortable questions. So here's a question for you.
Go
I
on.
gave this question to Connor recently,
Okay.
and he loved it. It's a how much question.
Oh, this is a good one.
Connor loved it.
This is a good one.
Ready?
I'm ready.
On a scale of 1 to 100, how mad would Beth be of you if you cheated on her?
Pretty mad. But
Okay.
I don't think actually as bad as other people.
So, how much?
Oh, God. Okay.
You have to sit Beth, and I'm telling you right now, you can be honest with her 2 weeks from now and tell her it was all for money.
Go on.
But you have to convince her tonight that you've cheated on her, you were going to leave her, but the woman decided to stay with her husband, so you want to make it work with Beth, and you have to tell the boys everything, and you have to go through with it for 2 weeks. You have to make up the whole story, go along the entire
Get
time.
lawyers involved.
Lawyers, everything. If she files for attorney, you cannot say no, it was a joke until 2 weeks from now. You have to go through the whole process as she's crying and screaming at you, throwing things at you. I want to kill myself, she might say to you. You cannot say a single thing. How much?
Okay, now I'm actually contemplating this.
I mean, there's got to be a number, right? But it's two. And by the way, in 2 weeks, you can be like, Beth, it was all a joke. Here's the contract. Here's everything. And there's still a chance she might divorce you after that for being such an asshole for doing it.
Is this like $10 million?
I'm asking you how much. But every time you think of a
what's your
number,
number?
every time you ever think of a number and go, oh, I would do it for this, divide it in half and see if you really
I was
would
just
do it
going
for
to say,
that.
okay, so probably $5 million would really transform the rest of my life.
What was Connor's number? Like $100,000, and we were like,
His was
yeah,
150,000.
we'll split it.
I was like, Mo, you want to go 50-50 on it? He's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Connor has the worst numbers.
I would love to see that.
How funny. My mind is fried. That's the show, guys. We should do this again
Did you
sometime.
just pick the number? $5 million.
Yeah, I think 5 million.
Okay.
That would set.
5 milli.
That would.
So 4.5 million stacked in front of you right now. You're saying no.
I see. This is where you go down the.
This is where I go incrementally. 4.9, 4.8,
3
4.
million.
3 million now.
3 million. Okay, give me a second. Boy, and this is what you love doing because it puts people to the test.
That's the whole point of everything we do, even investing.
Well,
It's
sometimes
like,
I also realize that like you're serious. Most people, this is just.
so if
pipe
I was a
dreams.
multi-billionaire and somebody said to me, like, I'll do this for, like, look, the $30,000 for the finger thing, I was ready to do it.
I mean, you make multi $10,000 bets all the time, and you're serious. I have to know that.
Yeah, I don't
sometimes
think
you're
anybody's ever
serious.
taken up on me either. That's the funny part. Because I think they realize how serious I am about it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
you're
I have to
right.
be very careful. I can't get too low because then.
Because then there might be a discussion.
You might lose your finger or your wife and your kids.
So 3 million's a number?
I guess so. 3 million.
I think it's
But
a low number.
now I'm trying to envision
Mine's 10
like,
million.
saying this to my boys.
And
That's
And by
exactly
the
it.
way-
You guys tell your boys, keep a straight face. Hey guys, I fell in love with somebody else. Your mom and I are gonna make
Oh,
it.
God.
So,
crying.
so my number's 10 million.
then they move out. Then they would move out quickly, and
Hey, it's a
parents would
2-week
get
vacation
involved.
for you, and you know what's going to happen. 2 weeks from now, you're going to be okay. No, probably not.
See, mine is 10 million, but I'm putting myself in the situation that I'm married and have children.
Yeah.
Like right now,
you would do it
it's
for
a-
10 million and being married and having kids?
Yeah, but to see their the
Oh
tears,
God, I would not.
Oh,
do
and the
that.
tears
Fun.
rolling down
It's
their
2-week
face.
vacation.
Oh my God.
You're affecting.
Don't worry about it.
I guess I just have to work for my money, Paul. I can't take that bet.
I respect that.
Yeah.
So for those of you out there who think I'm a sociopath for saying this, thank you.
Yeah.
But it's more of an exercise in like what is
Important to you, and
no, yeah, but not only that, but I truly believe there's almost a number for almost everything. Almost everything. Like I have enough money where like literally my numbers are obscene if ever at all. Like I don't know if I'd ever do that to Lisa because I'm like I already have more than I need.
I
What's
see.
it,
Yeah.
what's it gonna do?
It's how
Like,
desperate you are.
Yeah,
you know?
well, it's not even desperation. It's also like 99.9% of the people will never have this money. So I can understand them saying like, man, I work for $100,000 a year after taxes at 65 or 70. I can get $3 million. That's 45 years of work
Yes.
by just doing 2 weeks. And yeah, it would suck, but people have recovered from affairs. Real, like that's happened. They recovered. So imagine 2 weeks later, you can be like, honey, I'm really, really sorry. That was all a joke. But we have $3 million now. If you want
Let's
it
go
all for you,
celebrate.
it is
Yeah.
yours. I
Yeah.
don't care. Like it was for $3 million. And they might think you're horrible, but at least I got $3 million out of it.
That's a take. Join a community. You can have chats like this all day long. It's not all about stocks, real estate. We like to have fun. And hopefully we're bringing you something that those other channels are not, this type of humor. So that's a take, Paul. See you next video.
Thank you.